Hello everyone, welcome back to our weekly market analysis video with me, Frankie, your market analyst at Markets4U. In today's video, we'll be looking at the key economic events and data releases from August 4th to August 8th, 2025. I've already set up my screen to display the economic calendar from the traders room at Markets4U. I've set the dates from August 4th to August 8th, covering this week's important events in GMT. Please remember to adjust to your respective time zones. Let's dive into this week's events. Monday starts with Swiss inflation data and US factory orders figures. Tuesday brings Australian household spending data, Eurozone PPI figures, Canadian balance of trade, US ISM services PMI, and New Zealand unemployment rate. Wednesday features Eurozone retail sales data. Thursday includes Australian balance of trade, Swiss unemployment rate, the highly anticipated Bank of England interest rate decision, US initial jobless claims, Canadian IV PMI, and Japanese household spending data. Friday concludes with crucial Canadian employment figures, including employment change and unemployment rate data. This week's key market-moving events will be the Bank of England interest rate decision on Thursday, where the central bank is expected to cut rates to 4% from the current 4.25%, and the Canadian employment data on Friday. Now, let's go to the technical analysis. This week, we'll focus on the British pound against the US dollar and the US dollar against the Canadian dollar, as both instruments face significant data releases and central bank decisions. Let's start with the British pound against the US dollar. Looking at the daily chart, the pound-dollar pair is currently trading around 1.3274, showing recent weakness after a period of consolidation. With the Bank of England interest rate decision ahead on Thursday, this will be the most significant event for this pair this week. The BO is expected to cut rates by 25 basis points to 4%, which could put downward pressure on the pound. Looking at important levels, the British pound against the US dollar has support at 1.3162 and 1.3008, while resistance can be found at 1.3414 and 1.3578. The price is currently trading below the 20-day moving average, the white line, which is acting as dynamic resistance. The stochastic oscillator is moving inside the oversold area, suggesting the pair may be due for a potential bounce, though the overall trend remains bearish. The 1.3162 support level will be particularly important to watch during Thursday's BO decision, as a rate cut confirmation could drive the pair toward the lower support at 1.3008. Now, let's turn to the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. On the daily chart, the pair is currently trading around 1.3783, moving near key resistance levels. The pair faces important Canadian employment data on Friday, which typically generates significant movement for this currency pair. Looking at key levels, the US dollar against the Canadian dollar has support at 1.3686 and 1.3576, while resistance stands at 1.3861 and 1.3978. The price is currently trading above the 20-day moving average, the white line, which is acting as dynamic support. The stochastic oscillator is moving inside the overbought area, suggesting the pair may be due for a pullback, though the overall trend remains bullish. Friday's Canadian employment figures could provide significant movement, especially if the data shows further weakness in the labor market. The 1.3861 resistance level will be crucial to watch for a potential breakout higher. Both instruments could see considerable volatility this week. Traders should be particularly cautious during Thursday's BO decision and Friday's Canadian employment data, as these events can cause sudden spikes in volatility and potential gap risks. Remember, always manage your risk carefully and never invest more than you can afford to lose. That's it for this week's analysis. See you in the next video.